Have you ever wondered why it feels like your body doesn't bounce back the way it used to? Maybe a small cold sticks around longer than it should, or you find yourself catching every little bug that goes around. You're not alone. As we age, our immune system naturally becomes a bit slower to respond, and that can make even common infections feel more draining. But here's the good news: you have more power than you might think when it comes to protecting your health. And one of the most important tools? Vaccination. Now, I know vaccines are a big topic. Some people are hesitant. Some feel overwhelmed. And others simply aren't sure which ones really matter once you're over 60. But I want to have a gentle, honest conversation with you today about your body, your well-being, and the real ways you can strengthen your defenses as you age. Because at the end of the day, your immune health isn't just about avoiding the flu or skipping a cold. It's about feeling confident, feeling safe, and continuing to live a full, vibrant life without the fear of being knocked down by something your body could have been protected from. So in this video, we're going to explore some of the key vaccinations that doctors recommend for older adults, why they matter more than ever now, and how they fit into the bigger picture of your immune health. We'll talk about things like the flu shot, the shingles vaccine, pneumonia prevention, and how all of this ties back into helping your body stay strong and resilient. Let's begin with something many of us are already familiar with, but maybe haven't given much thought to in recent years: the seasonal flu shot. I know it might sound routine. You hear about it every fall. You see signs at the pharmacy or your local clinic. But the truth is, this little shot can make a big difference, especially as we get older. Why? Because the flu isn't just a runny nose and a few days of rest when you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. For seniors, the flu can lead to complications like pneumonia, hospital stays, or even heart problems. And that's not to scare you, it's to empower you. Because this is something you can prepare for. And there's something else worth remembering. When you protect yourself, you're also helping protect those around you. Maybe your partner has a chronic illness, or your grandkids are still developing their immune strength. By strengthening your own defenses, you become a source of protection for others too. Now, let's talk about another common virus that doesn't get nearly enough attention: shingles. If you've ever had chickenpox, the virus is still inside your body, quietly sleeping in your nerves. As you get older, your immune system isn't always able to keep that virus in check. And that's when shingles can strike. It's not just a rash. It's a painful, burning sensation that can linger for weeks, even months in some people. Some describe it as feeling like fire on the skin, and for some, the pain never fully goes away. But there's a vaccine for that now. It's called Shingrix, and it's recommended for adults over 50, regardless of whether you remember having chickenpox or not. 2 doses, spaced a few months apart, and your risk of developing shingles is dramatically reduced. That means fewer chances of long-term nerve pain, fewer sleepless nights, and more peace of mind. You see, vaccines aren't just about prevention. They're about freedom. Freedom from worry. Freedom to travel, to spend time with family, to enjoy your hobbies without the fear of something unexpected dragging you down. Imagine planning a vacation and not having to wonder if you'll be out of commission because of a flu outbreak or a sudden rash. That's what immune health is about: more living, less recovering. Now, while we're on the topic of respiratory illness, let's also touch on pneumonia. Pneumonia doesn't get as much press as it deserves. But for older adults, it's one of the most dangerous infections out there. It can start off with a cough or a little chest tightness, and before you know it, you're in the hospital, struggling to breathe. That's because the lungs become more vulnerable with age. But again, there are vaccines that can step in and offer strong protection. There are a couple of different pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 and Pneumovax 23, for example, and depending on your health history, your doctor might recommend one or both. What matters is having the conversation, asking the questions, staying informed. And I want to pause here for a moment, because sometimes people think, well, I'm healthy. I walk every day. I eat right. I haven't been sick in years, and that's wonderful. Truly. But vaccinations aren't just for those who are sick or at risk. They're for staying that way healthy. They're part of the toolkit that helps you keep that momentum going. Just like wearing a seatbelt even when you're a good driver, or locking your doors even when you live in a safe neighborhood. It's not about fear. It's about smart, simple steps to protect the life you love. So where does immune health fit into all this? Vaccines are just one part of the story, of course, but they play a starring role because they give your immune system a head start. Think of your immune system like a memory bank. When you're young, your body remembers all kinds of infections it's encountered before. But as we age, that memory fades a little. Our system doesn't recognize invaders as quickly. That's where vaccines come in. They act like flashcards, reminding your body what to watch out for. And that brings us to a bigger truth. Immune health isn't a one-time decision. It's a lifestyle. It's something we tend to day by day. Yes, it's about getting the right vaccines. But it's also about how we sleep, how we eat, how we move, how we care for our minds. It's about choosing to support the system that supports us. And that choice, that's where your power lies. Now that we've covered some of the key vaccines that help protect against serious illness like the flu, shingles, and pneumonia, it's time to take an even closer look at how our everyday habits support, or sometimes sabotage, our immune strength. Because your body is listening every day to what you feed it, how you rest, and how you respond to stress. Let's talk about something that often goes unnoticed: how much your daily habits shape your immune system. It's not just about that one appointment to get a vaccine or a once-a-year checkup. It's about the little things you do every single day that either build your strength or quietly chip away at it. Let's start with sleep. I know it sounds basic, but quality sleep is one of the most powerful immune boosters we have, and yet it's one of the most common struggles people face after 60. Whether it's waking up too early, difficulty falling asleep, or just not feeling refreshed in the morning, poor sleep weakens your immune defenses. When we're sleep deprived, our body produces fewer cytokines, which are essential for fighting infections and inflammation. That's why after a few bad nights, you might feel run down, foggy, or even come down with something. So what can we do? Start small. Maybe it's creating a calming bedtime routine, dimming the lights, sipping warm herbal tea, or listening to soft music before bed. Try going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. And don't underestimate the impact of light. Morning sunlight helps regulate your body's natural clock, which plays a huge role in how well you sleep at night. Nutrition, of course, is another pillar of immune health. And I'm not talking about going on a strict diet or cutting out everything you love. This is about nourishment, feeding your body the kind of fuel that helps it protect you. Think about what goes on your plate. Are there colors? Are there greens, oranges, deep reds, rich purples? These natural pigments in fruits and vegetables carry antioxidants that fight off cellular damage and help keep your immune system sharp. You don't need to change everything overnight. Maybe start by adding an extra serving of vegetables to lunch, or switch that white bread for whole grain. A handful of berries with breakfast. A bowl of warm soup with garlic and leafy greens. These little shifts over time help reduce inflammation, regulate blood sugar, and give your body the vitamins and minerals it needs to mount a strong defense. And let's not forget about hydration. As we age, our sense of thirst can become less reliable. You might not feel thirsty, but your body still needs water to carry nutrients, flush out waste, and support the immune system's response to invaders. If plain water feels boring, try infusing it with slices of cucumber, lemon, or mint. Even herbal teas count. Keep a bottle nearby and sip throughout the day. Now, I'd like to touch on movement. And I'm not talking about running marathons. This is about gentle, regular activity that keeps your circulation going, helps your lungs stay strong, and encourages the production of immune-supporting cells. Walking, stretching, swimming, dancing in the kitchen, it all counts. Even 15 to 30 minutes a day can improve your immune response, balance hormones, and reduce the kind of stress that wears your system down over time. Speaking of stress, this is a big one. Chronic stress is like a slow leak in your immune system. It doesn't always scream for attention, but over time, it quietly drains your energy and lowers your resistance. Whether it's worrying about your health, your finances, or your family, that constant undercurrent of tension takes a toll. And while we can't remove all of life's stressors, we can change how we respond to them. Have you ever tried deep breathing? Just sitting quietly for a few minutes, closing your eyes, and taking slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. It calms the nervous system, lowers blood pressure, and gives your immune system a chance to catch its breath. Other people find peace in gardening, reading, prayer, or even just sitting outside and listening to the wind in the trees. It doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to feel calming and real to you. And here's something many people forget. Social connection is part of immune health, too. Loneliness, especially in older adults, has been linked to increased inflammation and weaker immunity. Your body actually responds to isolation like it's under threat. That's how deeply wired we are for human connection. So reach out not just when something's wrong, but just to say hello. A quick phone call, a cup of coffee with a neighbor, joining a local group or class. These moments of connection help keep your emotional and immune health in sync. Now, let's bring all this together. When you combine the protective power of vaccines with the everyday support of healthy sleep, nourishing food, gentle movement, stress reduction, hydration, and meaningful connection, what you're really doing is creating a strong, vibrant environment inside your body. You're giving your immune system the tools it needs to do its job well, to not just react, but to be ready, to not just survive, but to thrive. And remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent, making small, steady choices that respect the body you've lived in for 60, 70, 80 years or more. That body has carried you through a lot, through joys and challenges, losses and triumphs. And it deserves to be cared for with patience and love. Let's keep going deeper into what the care looks like, especially when it comes to how your medications, supplements, and regular checkups all play a role in supporting your immune health in ways that are often overlooked, especially when it comes to how your medications, supplements, and regular checkups all play a role in supporting your immune health in ways that are often overlooked. Let's start with medications. If you've been managing chronic conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, or heart disease, you might be taking multiple prescriptions. And while those medications are crucial to your health, it's important to understand how they interact with your immune system and with each other. Some medications, especially corticosteroids or certain treatments for autoimmune diseases, can suppress immune function. That doesn't mean you should stop taking them, not at all. But it does mean you need to be extra mindful about supporting your body in other ways and staying up to date with appropriate vaccinations to reduce your risk of preventable infections. This is also why medication reviews with your doctor or pharmacist are so important. Sometimes, as we add new prescriptions over the years, we forget to reassess the old ones. Your healthcare provider can help identify interactions that may be affecting your immune response, sleep, digestion, or even your energy levels. It's all connected. And when those connections are reviewed regularly, you're in a better position to protect your health, not just react when something goes wrong. Supplements can also be a helpful addition, especially when it comes to nutrients that are harder to get from food as we age. Vitamin D, for example, plays a key role in immune regulation, and many older adults are deficient without even knowing it. B12, zinc, and omega-3 fatty acids are also important for energy, inflammation control, and immune resilience. But here's the catch: more isn't always better. Taking high doses of certain vitamins or herbal remedies without guidance can do more harm than good, especially if they interact with your medications. That's why it's essential to talk with your doctor or a qualified nutritionist before adding anything new. A quick conversation can help you choose the right type, the right dose, and the right timing, so you're not just guessing, but truly giving your body what it needs. And now, let's take a moment to appreciate the role of regular checkups and screenings. I know they're not always our favorite appointments, but they're a powerful form of prevention. Your annual physical, your blood tests, even something as simple as checking your blood pressure. These routine visits are opportunities to catch small imbalances before they become bigger issues. And they give your healthcare team a chance to track your immune system's strength over time. It's also during these visits that your doctor can recommend or update your vaccinations. Whether it's the flu shot, the pneumococcal vaccine, the shingles vaccine, or COVID-19 boosters, each one is a layer of defense. And when your immune system is already facing the daily challenges of aging, those extra layers matter more than ever. You might be wondering, is it really necessary to keep getting vaccinated year after year? Isn't once enough? And it's a fair question. The answer is that as we age, our immune memory, the part that helps us recognize and fight off viruses we've seen before, doesn't always work as efficiently. Booster shots help your immune system stay sharp. They're like reminders or refreshers that keep your defenses ready to act. But maybe the most powerful part of all of this is that you're not doing it alone. Every decision you make to eat a little better, to move a little more, to get your sleep, to stay connected, to ask questions, to show up for your checkups, it all adds up. And it sends a message, not just to your body, but to your spirit, that your health still matters, that your life still matters, that taking care of yourself is not just an option, but a deep and lasting act of love. You may not control everything that comes your way. None of us do. But you have more power than you think. The power to strengthen your immunity. The power to stay resilient. The power to enjoy your life with clarity, vitality, and purpose. So if you're watching this today, I want you to take a breath and really feel this. You've already taken a beautiful step just by choosing to learn more. You're investing in yourself. And that commitment is something to be proud of. If you found any part of this video helpful, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Have you had a recent experience with a vaccine, a health checkup, or a new habit that made a difference for you? Let's share and support one another. This is a community, and your story could inspire someone else. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're here every week with new content to help you live stronger, feel better, and age with confidence. Here's to living your best life with health, heart, and hope at any age.